The real statistics of investing look nothing like what the movies show you. By various estimates, 75 to 90% of venture investments either fail outright or never deliver the returns investors hoped for. The stock market is calmer, but even there, most participants underperform. The average individual investor trails the market over time, and for active funds, more than 90% lose to their benchmark over the long run. Which raises an obvious question: if most investors lose money or post mediocre results, why are there people who grow their wealth steadily for decades? What do they do that everyone else doesn't? Here's the surprising part. Many successful investors share one trait: they are boring. I've been in institutional investing for over a decade, managing money at a fairly large scale and working with entrepreneurs who are building long-term wealth. In this video, we will look at why the best investors rarely make flashy moves and what rules help them protect and grow their money. We will also cover the myths that most often lead people to losses and how to build these principles into your own system. Why the best investors rarely look like the ones in the movies. Ask someone to picture a successful investor and the same image usually comes to mind. They picture several monitors, a phone in hand, constant trades, snap decisions, stocks changing hands by the minute. Movies, TV shows, and financial news all reinforce that picture. But the most exciting part of investing is rarely the most profitable. The real work of a good investor often looks so dull you cannot make it interesting on screen. He reads reports, studies businesses, watches his portfolio, and adds money to his account. After that, he might do nothing for weeks, even months. When I first started studying investing more seriously, one thing surprised me. The most active people around the market didn't always get the best results. Meanwhile, many successful investors looked almost the same as each other. They rarely discussed the latest hot idea, barely reacted to the news, and didn't try to change their strategy all the time. This video is about something else entirely: why boredom so often becomes an advantage in investing. The first problem most investors don't understand. Most people believe investing results come down to three things: which stock to buy, when to buy it, and when to sell. All their energy goes into finding the perfect asset in the perfect moment. But the research shows this is exactly where most people lose. According to the data from S&P Dow Jones, about 92% of American large-cap equity funds underperformed the S&P 500 over a 20-year period. These aren't beginners. These are professionals, people with teams of analysts, access to company management, enormous computing power, years of experience. If stock picking and timing were problems you could solve consistently, these would be the people doing it. And yet they lose to the index. Usually the problem lies somewhere else entirely, in the investor's own behavior. People constantly try to improve their results. They get in, they get out, they switch strategies, they buy on emotions, and they sell on emotions. And in the end of the day, destroy their own returns. What an investor who sabotages his own results looks like. Picture two people. Both bought the same fund. Both started investing on the same day. The first opens the app a few times a year. The second checks it every single day. A few months later, the market starts to fall. The first person does nothing. The second starts reading the news, watching forecasts, following analysts, and then sells part of his portfolio. Then the market recovers, so he buys back in, and then he sells again. In the end, both invested in the same instrument and ended up with completely different results. Because an investor isn't only competing with the market, he is constantly competing with his own emotions. The first boring rule: time in the market beats the perfect moment. Most beginners are sure the main question in investing is, when do I buy? Experienced investors ask a different question. How long will my money be working? The trouble with timing is that you have to make two correct decisions: when to get in and when to get out. And you have to be right both times. Even professionals rarely manage that consistently. Successful investors build their whole approach around time itself. They invest regularly, let the market do its work, and don't bail out at every dip. A long horizon becomes their biggest advantage. So how do you put this into practice? Set your investing schedule in advance, for example, once a month after you get paid. Then stick to it, no matter what the news, the forecasts, or the market mood are telling you. The second boring rule: low costs and minimal extra moves. Many investors underestimate fees. Any single fee seems small, 0.5%, 1%, a few dollars per trade. But fees compound just like interest does, only against you. Picture two people. One pays minimal fees and barely trades. The other trades constantly and pays middlemen again and again. Over 20 years, the gap can reach tens of percent of their capital. The boring investor rarely makes unnecessary moves, so more of his money stays invested and working. So how do you put this into practice? Before you open an account, study your broker's fees. Avoid frequent trading when there is no real reason for it. And every time ask yourself one question: do I actually need this trade, or do I just want to do something? The third boring rule: diversification instead of hunting for winners. This rule means the most resistance because people love the idea of finding a company that grows tenfold. But future winners are easily to spot in hindsight and extremely hard to spot in advance. Today, Nvidia looks like the obvious pick. But 10 years ago, it sat alongside hundreds of companies that all seemed just as promising. Most of them never became the next Nvidia. Take one of my favorite examples, GoPro, the company that makes action cameras. GoPro went public in June 2014 at $24 a share. On October 7th, 2014, it hit an all-time high of $93.85. That put its market value above $11 billion. Since its IPO, GoPro's market value has dropped by roughly 96%. By June 2026, the stock trades at around $1. The company has even flagged substantial doubt about its ability to keep operating. Many successful investors prefer to buy the whole market. They accept a simple truth: they can't know which company will lead in 20 years, but they trust the economy will keep growing over the long term. So how do you put this into practice? For most people, broad index funds make a solid foundation. A single purchase gives you exposure to hundreds of companies at once. It is boring, and that's exactly why it works. The fourth boring rule: automation instead of willpower. Many people overrate motivation and underrate the power of a system. The trouble with willpower is that it runs out. Today you want to invest. Tomorrow other expenses show up. A month later there are new plans. The best investors try to take themselves out of the process. They make their decisions ahead of time, set in automatic transfers, lock in their contribution rules, and let the system run on its own. So how do you put this into practice? Set an automatic investing on the day you get paid. Make the decision once and let it carry itself out after that. Which myth about the best investors most often lead to losses? Myth 1. If an idea looks brilliant, you should bet everything on it. This is one of the most dangerous mistakes there is. Someone finds an asset they truly believe in. They grow the position, borrow the money, and leverage. But the market has no obligation to confirm their confidence. Over the years, I watched people lose enormous sums this way. A lifetime of savings, real estate, borrowed money. No single idea is worth betting everything on. Myth 2. A successful investor is always doing something. That's the movie image: constant calls, trades, orders to brokers. In reality, a good investor spends most of the time doing nothing. He or she studies information, observes, waits, and tries not to interfere with a system that's already working. Very often, doing nothing turns out to be the most profitable move. Myth 3. Complex products are automatically better than simple ones. Many people are sure a real investor must use complicated strategies and exotic instruments. In practice, it's often the opposite. The more complex a product, the more an investor pays in fees. Complexity often benefits the middleman far more than the client. Good investors like simple solutions. They know the complex ones perfectly well. They just understand what they are really worth. Myth 4. When things get scary, you should move to cash and wait it out. This advice sounds reasonable, but it is one of the surest ways to wreck your long-term returns. Nobody knows when the decline will end and the recovery will start. Someone exits the market and waits. Then the market starts to climb. He doesn't trust it, so he waits some more and gets back in much higher than where he sold. That's how many investors miss the strongest up days, and those few days often make up a large share of total returns. How to bring boring investing into your own life. Step 1. Set your rules in advance. Step 2. Automate your investing. Step 3. Limit the number of decisions you make. Step 4. Stop grading your strategy every week. If the strategy is built for 10 years, judging it after 1 month makes no sense. The fewer emotional decisions you have to make, the more likely you are to stay disciplined. If investing is a topic you care about, hit like and tell me in the comments which of these principles feels hardest to follow. At the start of this video, I said the best investors are often the most boring people in the market. Now you understand why. They don't try to predict the future, chase every new idea, make dozens of trades a week, or build a strategy around emotion. They create a system and let it work. Boring investing often turns out to be the most profitable kind. A good investor does 4 things: gives capital time, keeps costs low, diversifies his risk, and automates the process. Everything else is noise. Thanks for watching. If this video was useful, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It really helps the video to reach more people. And in the comments, tell me which investing mistakes you think is the most dangerous and whether you have run into it yourself. And remember, money is not a one-time thing, it's a habit. Bye.